Welcome back everyone and welcome to my channel. Good to talk to you once again. And today I've been thinking to let's take a look about the new oncoming German destroyers, tier 8, tier 9 and tier 10. And just have this feeling what wargaming it's trying to do. Frankly, they are interesting. They have some special quirk. However, I do honestly believe that there are quite a lot of destroyers without smoke, because this new sub branch for the German destroyer will have decent torpedoes and decent speeds and bad AA and no smoke and no speed. I mean, seriously, there are of course some French destroyer without smoke, very good guns, long range HE spammer and pretty damn good torpedoes. In some cases, I'm talking about Mogador and Clabert. And they are very powerful and they can literally disengage, because you know who's gonna aim at them with that stupid fast engage and disengage. However, this one, it's a mixed bag. I have very hard to understand what wargaming is trying to do. I understand that it's 150 millimeters guns, everyone will have, and they will have a lot of HP pool. And we will talk about the first one, the tier 8 German, I don't know how to call it, Marker. However, hit points, 25,000 hit points, and you have 150 millimeters guns, max range 11.9. Now, I don't believe you can increase that, right? I mean, how the hell you can increase that? There are some module with the increased, those you can call it 3 million, that you can increase your range, but for this tier A, I don't think you can do it, you know what I mean? And reload of the main guns are 6.5 seconds, and you cannot increase that. The BFT will not help you to increase that 6.5 seconds. It's not bad, but not great either, you know what I mean? The shell speed are 835 meters per second, which kind of on the low side. I'm talking about how flat or how easy to hit your target. 835, it's not crap, but not good. And something else, it's pretty damn good percent to put your enemy on fights, 12%. It's not bad, it's pretty damn decent. Now, I do not know the HE pen, that I do not know, but I know something it's pretty hilarious, and there is the AP alpha damage 3700, which is pretty alright. Now for the torpedoes, you have altogether 2x2 and 1x4. 533 millimeters torpedo, reload every 90 seconds, 8 kilometers range, maximum damage, it's 13,765 knots. 8 kilometers for this range, it's ishy. Why it's ishy and it's kind of a bad? Because your concealment, base concealment, it's 8.2. So let me put it this way: if you have a bad destroyer captain with no concealment and of course with no camo, yeah, man, sure, you cannot stealth torp. You of course, guys, at this tier, you can have the concealment module, the captains and camo, and probably you can definitely torpedo your enemy. But on the other hand, you don't have that speed, 36 knots, it's kind of mediocre. Turning radius 760 and rudder shift time 5.5. It's definitely not very good destroyer. Light cruiser, yes, you can call them light cruiser, that's for damn sure, without Citadel. The HP pool, it's fantastic, 25 HP pool. And AA defense, yes, you do have AA defense, guys, but let me put it this way. Your AA, it's kind of a mediocre, guys, serious. You do have AA continuous damage 98 of mid-range, and for long range you have 144. at short range, sorry, and for long range 98. You may defend yourself. Of course, the selling point is that you have 3 charges and you do have this AA defense, which buff your AA by 50%, and also at the same time damage shell explosion plus 300. So yeah, if the CV does not know how to dodge, yeah, you might take quite few planes. But on the other hand, guys, I do not believe that those new German destroyer will have any good AA, kind of a mediocre. So guys, let's now move for the tier 9. This tier 9, it's different story. It looks very much as a big damn destroyer, probably the biggest destroyer in this entire game, and it has lower HP pool than the tier 8. So this Schultz, the tier 9 destroyer, has only 24,200. Now there is a perk you can buff that, and I highly recommend you to do it to buff the HP pool even more, especially at this tier 9. But then, guys, if you pay attention, you have freaking 6 guns. One in the middle, one in the front, and one in the rear. And those guns are pretty damn amazing. How is that? Reload 7.5. So reload time, it's bad. Turning radius 22.5 seconds. All of them, all the new branch, they do have the same turret time, 22.5. And the shells speed, your AP and HE shells are fantastic, whopping 960 meters per second. This is freaking laser, I don't know how to say, Zau Grozovoi shells arc. Easy, 960 meters per second. And unfortunately, the percent to put your enemy on fire only 8%. So you're down from 12 to 8%. On the other hand, you have much flatter arc. And maximum HE damage 1700, which is mediocre, not the best, you know. But then AP are monstering 3900 damage per citadel hit, or I don't know how to explain. So you do have pretty damn strong AP salvos, and remember, guys, they are quite big battleships and other cruiser. It's easy to hit, but on the other hand, you're so damn big, you also on the receiving side pretty easy to hit, because speed. What speed? You don't have any freaking speed, and that is kind of a mediocre for me to understand. You do not quite have speed, range, nothing, you know. That's for me kind of a weird. Let's talk about the concealment. 8.3 kilometers stock without captain's perk or anything else, and speed is 37.5. Sure, I wish that this one could go a little bit faster. Turning radius is whopping 800 meters. That's bad, guys, for a destroyer. And rudder shift 5.3. It's also darn bad. So yeah, you don't have speed, you don't have turning radius. What the hell you have? And you don't have smoke. So go and figure. The air detection also 4.3, which is massive in my honestly opinion versus many other Japanese destroyers and many other destroyers on the other hand. And sure, you have slightly better, and the best selling point about tier 8, 9 and 10, of course, I have Hydro. That's the main gimmick. The torpedo detection 3.5 and ship detection 5 kilometers. So yeah, they have special German Hydro, you know. Something I don't want to talk about the AA. It's not something crazy. Sure, you can defend yourself, but that it's nothing. Same story over here, guys. All the new branches, they do have the 8 kilometers torpedoes. So let's talk about the torpedoes, and it's kind of important. The torpedo are 8 total, 2x4, reload every 90 seconds. They have the same torpedo as a tier 8 kilometers range, 13,700 maximum damage, 65 knots speed, and they are visible by 1.3 kilometers away. They are not bad torpedoes, but the problem is they are kind of a damn short at this tier. I'm talking about tier 9. Remember, they are very good, strong tier 9 destroyer out there. And guys, we are finally moving to the tier 10. This is tier 10, guys. So what's this ship? This ship, it's broken in HP pool. It's even bigger than a damn cruiser. I do believe this is as big as Smolensk or something like that. A crazy bit. It looks big as a house, literally, with whopping 30,900 HP pool. Man, this has HP pool, but once again, it looks and feels a crazy, crazy big one. 30,900 HP pool. And I highly recommend you put the captain's build for more HP pool. You really want that, you know what I mean? And you have 3x2 150 millimeters with maximum range 12.3 kilometers. Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. I wish they give a little bit more range. I very much like to feel a little bit more comfortable, at least 14 kilometers range. Yes, it's kind of a bad to say that you have no smoke for crying out loud. You have one of the biggest destroy in the entire game, you know what I mean? And same story, you have flat arc, you have crazy 960 meters per second, the same turret traverse speed as the previous one, and percent to put your enemy on fire, it's 8%. You have the same lousy tier 8 torpedoes with 8 kilometers torpedoes. They do the same amount of damage, they have the same speed, 65 knots, and they reload 5 seconds faster. Come on, Wargaming, 85 seconds, 8 kilometers. And you only, this time you have, by the way, 10 torpedoes. So, I wish definitely that the range should be a little bit more. I mean, 10 kilometers. I mean, what ship does has such close range as 8 kilometers? Yeah, Shimakaze, but Shimakaze's and many others this tier has god-like concealment, and you have probably one of the most crappy concealment of all. Let's talk about the concealment, you know what I mean? It's kind of obvious, everybody wants to know. 8.5 stock, damn, it's bad. 8.5. And air detection 5.1, holy cow. Detection after firing the main smoke 3.6. Yeah, now of course you have better hydro. You have the hydro detection in the torpedo, or you have 3 charger, action time 120 seconds, and reload 120 seconds. The hydro detects the torpedo at 4 kilometers and ship at 6 kilometers. So you probably have Z52 hydro, that's for damn sure you do. And you have also AA defense. Now, shall I talk about a little bit AA defense? Well, you do have crazy good range. For first time you have 6.9 kilometers range. Damage within explosion 1750. Continuous damage it's 46. Mid range continuous damage it's 88, and short range it's 95. I very much would like to say that she has decent AA thanks to those dual turrets guns with have a crazy good range. 6.9. Wow, that is wow. Speed 36.2 knots. Turning radius 890 meters. Rudder shift 6.3. This is bad. This is so bad that anyone who's aiming at you, he's gonna hit you most likely, because you don't have speed and you don't have turning radius, and you definitely have no rudder. You have bad rudder. You have worse turning radius and rudder than a damn Alaska, for crying out loud. I don't know about that, guys. Seriously. I do have very hard to understand the gimmick. Yes, you find your position trying to use the maximum AP performance because you do have railguns, and the maximum damage, it's also pretty hilarious strong. I'm talking about this behemoth has 4,100 maximum AP citadel damage. for 1 and you have 6 guns. So yes, you can, if you're lucky, do very well with the nice good looking AP salvos, but you're too damn slow, too damn big to do anything. You don't have any smoke. Yes, you do have hydro, but I have very hard to know the playstyle. You don't have speed, that's the problem. If a carrier wants to spot you, yes, you do have this nice good looking A bubble, and probably in some case you can defend yourself, but everyone is gonna shoot at you from the enemy team, or gonna easy to hit, because turn, what the hell, you cannot turn, you're too damn slug to turn, and you're too big target to not been hit. So yeah, Wargaming, I have no idea what's the purpose. I believe, and this is my honest opinion, the reason people play those new branches is to become a farming piñata, like the new released US alternative branch, the Kansas and Vermont branch, that everybody's farming them for days, and they have a large HP pool, they are slow as all hell, and they cannot disengage because they do not have speed. Same story over here, guys. What kind of bullshit speed is this for a destroyer as large as this one? I mean, sure, don't get me wrong, 36.2 knots, it's probably not the worst. And you do not have speed boost. Yes, I kind of forgot. You do not have any speed boost. I believe that it's bad. Really, really darn bad. And for this tier, that 8 kilometers torpedo will not cut it. And with this bad concealment. So I have very hard to understand the playstyle. If you go for cap, you will be outspotted by everyone, you know. And it's the same story. You cannot disengage, because when you turn back, you have the same turning radius as one of the worst cruisers, for crying out loud. Almost as big as the Soviet freaking cruiser, this big turning radius, and really, really darn bad rudder shift. So you cannot cap. You don't have good AA, you don't have good torpedoes. What the hell do you have? That's the main question I do have to you, Wargaming. What's the purpose? In my honest opinion, the only purpose you want to play this ship to be farmed. You have a lot of HP pool, and I do honestly believe that everyone who's gonna hit you will have a good chunk of damage, because you're too big, you're too slow, and you're too easy to hit. So yeah, it's your freaking Vermont, Kansas, for crying out loud, being farmed by everything and everyone. And yeah, I kind of have very hard to understand the playstyle of those ships, to be honest with you. I do really do. So let me know in the comment below what you think about all those 3 ships. And of course, there will be a premium one with speed boost as well. So I will talk about the next video. So guys, thanks guys for watching, and always Captain's Versus, and goodbye.